It's time to take this fight to an all-new front. Go behind the scenes. Be the first to know about our exclusives. And stay connected. Only one man has what it takes to bring the fun of Comic-Con right to your screen. It's time for an all-new episode of Kickin' It with Onrie, the live shopping show.
Victory Seekers, you're watching Kickin' It with Onrie. I'm your host, Onrie Copen, and I'm really excited because I just got back from my printer, and I got the sketches, the first limited edition sketches of the first rendering of Warlion ever in history. And to bring this all together, I have decided to bring the artist of Warlion and Yisun Shin's designer, the guy that does so much stuff with me. And, it's just a great pleasure to have him. He was here last week. You guys all know him. It's the fabulous and fantastic Joel SAAVEDRA. How you doing, sir?
Hello, Onrie. Hello to everyone. Thanks for having me here again.
Absolutely, man. This is just the start, man. We're gonna be building this out together, and I'm really excited about it because we can only do this here. We can't do this at Comic-Con, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you all will be a part of this new project.
Absolutely. So Joel is coming to us from Argentina. Now, if I was at Comic-Con right now, I'd only be able to tell you about what I have available now. But because Joel and I can communicate through StreamYard, and because you guys are all here watching us, we can do some really cool stuff. So I went to my printer today, and Joel has reworked the Warlion sketch for the last week. He's been working on it. We came up with a logo design. We did all kinds of stuff on here, and I'm about right now ready to bust these out. And I just got to say, too, orders have been up so much over the last week. So I just want to thank you guys for checking in and, buying stuff with us. And we got the same deals going on right now. And if you buy anything off of our site right now, you get a limited edition copy of the first rendering of Warlion for free. It just gets thrown in there. It comes signed. It comes numbered by me. So without further ado, check it out, folks. Right here is the first finished rendering of Warlion. It is a 5x7 card. It will come signed and numbered as soon as we're done with this episode. Right over here in that lower corner, it's going to be 1 out of 40, 2 out of 40, and you can be one of the lucky people to jump in on this and get it for free, which I think is awesome. We got some people here in the house. We got Kevin Parent Rodatelli saying, hell yeah. Good to see you, my brother. We got Mr. Mike James Bengington. How you doing, sir? Good to see you again. Thank you for hanging out. Kevin Johnson, how you doing, my brother? Good to see you. And Kevin Johnson telling me I'm sexy because of these glasses. Joel, you got to bust out some sunglasses too next week, my brother.
Okay. Let's do this.
I got some feedback the last time I had you on the show. The feedback was this. Onrie, you talk too much. Joel didn't talk enough. So, Joel, I was wondering if you could share your screen with us so that we can kind of walk everybody through what's going on here, because me just holding this up isn't really giving us a good sense of everything. And I think you have a lot of things you want to share with us about the design of the character, and I want to give you a chance to say a couple things.
Okay, thank you. During the week, we've been working on the sketch we started the last episode. You will be getting the rendering of the first character of the new oncoming series, Warlion. When I first talked to Onrie, he described me the character as a forgotten hero, and that's one of the things I love about him. It's a martial artist warrior that doesn't have any superheroes, and it's an old man. So I took all that description, and I started to work on the actual rendering.
Yep, and it turned out great. I mean, Joel and I, we were talking late at night, and we're tripping on our words, folks, because we're working on so many different things right now. Joel is my man. You know, he designed the OK Comics logo. He is building out the OK Comics website, the Hunter Killer website. He's doing everything. So as you can see, he's very tired. He hasn't had a chance to shave or shower or do anything because he is chained to his desk because he wants to bring you everything. He wants to do his best work. It's not even about impressing me. He doesn't care about that. He always tells me, Onrie, you know, you talk too much on the show. You need to sit back and shut up and let me talk for once. So
no, that's okay.
Feedback's coming from.
And another thing we agreed is we want this to be fun. We want to bring a fun comic, and that's one of the things I most value about a story, because that's what comics about, right?
I agree with you, Joel. I couldn't agree with you more, in fact. And I think that with this book, what you're going to see here is it definitely has the superhero themes. And I love what you said before about how he's the forgotten hero and how he doesn't have superpowers. His training is what makes him incredible. And I think that's something we take for granted because, you know, whenever you ask somebody like, what kind of superpower would you like? No one's answer is ever complete dedication and determination to perfecting my art, my ability to do something very, very well, something that just requires, you know, me to use every sense of my will and my body to do something, you know. So I agree with you 100%. I think that's really
it's cool. Something you can relate to.
Absolutely.
We do the same on our craft, right?
Mm-hmm.
We practice, and there is no shortcut, and that's what I like from this character.
I agree.
That's what makes him special.
And that's what also makes it kind of like challenging to work on because, you know, as the writer of this, I'm trying to write a script that is going to be fun for you to draw, that's really going to be fun for the audience to read, and is just going to keep people at the edge of their seat. And you know some of the psychological twists that we got in this. You know, this is a pretty dark comic, and I haven't even told you the major twists yet. And of course, the audience here, they're not going to know anything. But now that we have this sketch, and Joel, can you pull this up? Can you do a screen share so that we can see this in all its glory?
Yes.
All right, excellent. In the meantime, we got AJ Shim here. Reminds me of the character Shang-Chi from Marvel or Ninjak from Valiant. I miss having the pure martial arts heroes. Absolutely. And the best thing about Warline, he doesn't have any like weapons or anything. His weapons are his fists and his feet. You know, he's just straight up like Shang-Chi. But his basis, kind of like how I modeled him, is more around Kyokushin karate, because I have a lot of admiration and respect for the guys that practice that martial art. I mean, anybody who practices martial arts totally has my full respect. I've never actually done Kyokushin. I actually do. I started in Taekwondo, and I moved over to Krav Maga, and then I went to boxing, and now I'm coming back to Krav Maga again. And what is cool about Krav Maga is it really just takes the essence of every martial art and it brings it together, and you know it respects, it pays tribute to the best of what every martial art has to offer. And the one thing that we all fear about getting lost in martial arts is like the traditions of it, and that's something that we really want to play off of with Warline, because it's all about that. He's a martial arts master. And that's what makes him a superhero.
That's interesting because I never did martial arts. I've been learning a lot since you approached me with this project. But something to point is it's not only a physical. It's not only physical. It has a spiritual side.
It does.
Right?
It does.
It's very important.
Mm-hmm. The spiritual.
It's the strength of the mind, right?
Absolutely, and that's why I respect Kyokushin so much, is because it is about the strength of the mind. Like, when you're deadening the nerves in your wrists or in your hands or whatever, so that you can like punch through solid brick. you know, and this applies to kung fu training. You know, Shaolin monks when they live in
Yes.
China, their whole lives are dedicated to training from childhood, and they all like train in unison together. These people have such a high level of mental fortitude that they're superhuman. That's what makes them super, you know. And I think that's what's going to come through really strongly on the character. So, Joel, tell us a little bit about this design here. Like, you know, you did a lot of work this week. Where we were last time with this and where we are now is in a completely different place. Tell us about this weird cape thing that he's now got.
Yes, one of the things we tried or we wanted to add to the character was a cape or a pelt. We tried like 4 or 5 variations, and this gives him more nice movement. That's the cape. We also tried to add a tail. Isn't the finished version, but we will like to play a little with the elements of the character. Warlion wears a mask that only covers half of the face. We wanted to let the hair, the dreadlocks, on the air to make him look like a lion's hair.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, another cool thing you mentioning about that. So the idea of the mask as well is like it's kind of like a crown, because like lions are the kings of the jungle, and it's very much a reflection of that. And the thing about the cape is, you know, let's just talk about martial arts again for a second. Realistically speaking, no martial artist is going to wear a cape when they go into fight, because it's just added weight. You could trip over it. You know, all kinds of stuff can happen. But if Batman can get away with it, so can Warline. So we might just take our
Exactly
and just run with it. This is comics, folks, and we're here to entertain and give you something cool. And what I really like about what you did with that cape, Joel, is it's got a sense of looseness to it. And I really like the addition of the tail, because it just makes it much more like raw and real, that this is, you know, this is a guy who probably killed a lion with his bare hands. I don't even know what the idea of the pelt was. It was actually really heavily enforced by David Anthony Kraft, who has credits on here as our editor, but he's really my story consultant on this too, because whenever I come up with ideas, Dak's always the person that I'm coming to in order to help me make this stronger, in order to make this better. And he's been working with you too, Joel, right? So what kinds of things have you kind of like picked up on so far?
Well, yes, this is Dak's fault too. Yeah. We want him in the show next week.
Yes,
will be awesome to have him here.
He's doing physical labor right now. So while we're doing this show, the only reason why Dak is not here, folks, is because he is cutting down trees right now, literally up in the mountains.
With his bare hands.
Yes, he is doing Warline. He is getting ready to edit Warline and to beat me and Joel down to size and be like, you want to make good comics? I'll show you how to make good comics.
He's very methodic.
Yes, very methodic.
Yeah.
See, he is making us cry from within, you know, and you know, all that pain is gonna bring out. When they say blood, sweat, and tears, they come from the best editors who are very good at chopping down trees and chopping down grand ambitions from creators who think they can do it without them.
Yes, it's very wise. He guided me in the right direction to get this rendering you will get when we buy something on the show.
Anything, guys. And if you check the banners below, you know, that'll tell you. If you just check that ticker at the bottom, just go to yusunchin.com, buy anything. If you've already bought Yusunchin, it's not a big deal. There's more stuff that I have, and I will tell you all about it. But first of all, the one thing I love most about this, that is probably most people are not going to pay attention to, is the logo for Warline, which you designed. And you and I had a very long conversation about this. And I think the final version is like, for months this has been stewing in my head, like how's this gonna look? But one thing I never doubted was that as soon as we got you on the job to do this, because you're not just going to be drawing this book, you're also going to be lettering it, you're also going to be designing it like you do every book that we have you working on, that we work on together. And this logo, my God, man, it is just, it is beautiful. That I'm so proud of that logo.
Thank you. Me too. That's very interesting. We wanted to show two different emotions with the logo. That's why we use it two different types. For one hand, we tried something more bloody or violent or rough, and for the other hand, we wanted to show something more techy because the story is set in a near future, right, Onrie?
Yep. It's set in the near future, and not in a near future. It's just this completely different world. You guys have never seen it before, and it is one of the popular things that we're going to be kind of like tackling with this series is population control. And in this world, no one is allowed to live past the age of 50 because the world has become so overpopulated now that humans need to have an expiration date. And we all know, as Joel has mentioned before, that Warline is very old. So him being in this world where he's returning to a world that he no longer belongs in. And it's a made-up city, and like Joel said, it's a tech-based world. It could exist in this reality, or it could exist in another reality. That's not really. It may not exist at all. Who knows? But that's kind of the basis of where we're kind of heading in the story. And as we're going forward with it, the one thing that I think Joel and I need to start doing, and what we're going to be doing for you guys, is we're going to be designing new characters. We're going to start fleshing out Warline far more. Joel has a colorist that he really wants me to work with on this, and wants to work with us on this. So I think the next step is probably going to be, once we get through these sketches here, is to redo another version where it's going to be colored. But why you want to jump on this now, first off, you're getting it for free. I'm not charging you any money for this at all. All you got to do is go to the site, buy anything at all, and you get this sketch for free. And it's going to come signed and numbered to your door. You guys hold on to that, because I can guarantee you this is going to be worth something. Joel SAAVEDRA, by the time he comes off this book, is going to be a legendary rock star artist. He already is on that path. Joel, that Joker that you did, can you pull that up for everybody?
Yes, let me search it.
Yeah. Take your time to search for it. In the meantime, I'm going to just keep, pumping you up here. Joel's sense of fluidity in the artwork and the looseness that he provides is really for this project. That's what makes it what it is. And that's what's going to allow the martial arts to look fluid and awesome, because we don't want a book that's stiff. We don't want a book where characters are standing in place, because that's essentially what we're getting anyway when we're looking at comics is, we're seeing static figures. But to show them in motion and to do it effectively, I think is perfect. Just look at this Joker right here, this beautiful rendering of the Joker, and just how relaxed and loose it is, the artwork, not just the character and how he's sitting in the chair, but just everything about it. And this is what you're going to expect to see throughout the entire book. When Warline punches somebody, you're going to see motion. You're going to see someone flying across the page. Even though nothing's actually moving, it's going to feel like it's moving by the time we're done with it.
Yes, I wanted to try to communicate the feeling and mood on that pose of the Joker. Was actually very recently when the movie came out. So I made the poster after seeing the movie, but I wanted to show that you can feel the the wordings.
No, it's
sorry,
okay.
Sorry about.
Oh, dude, don't worry about it.
I tilted.
You are brave enough to stand out here and talk about this with me and talk about your artwork. And you know what, Joel? Even if you can't find the right words, that doesn't mean anything. Your work speaks for itself. And together, when we put this comic out there and we put it out in the world, that'll be our voice for sure, man. And we're already getting great responses to your artwork. Kevin Johnson, thank you for writing. And AJ here, I still have the books you have worked on and have been a part of. I'm going to pick up Warline. Thank you so much. That means a lot to both Joel and I.
Thank you.
Joel, for those of you who don't know, he also letters Yi Sun Shin, and everybody always undermines lettering. It's like, oh, it's just the lettering. I'm even guilty of it.
Well, Doug once said me something very interesting about lettering. Said me, the lettering part is the last part of the process of making a comic, right? Okay, but if lettering isn't done right, nothing of the comic, the reader can't appreciate nothing from the comic, because when a lettering is wrong, you don't like to see it, you don't like to read it. Lettering is some kind of invisible art.
It really is.
If the lettering is well done, you can notice the lettering is itself, because it blends on the art.
Absolutely. And just to kind of give you guys an example of what Joel is trying to say and how like it would apply to, like, say, a medium like film. I'm sure many of you have seen Dark Knight Rises. I'm not going to critique whether or not it was a good or bad movie. That's not the point of me bringing this up. But the one thing that movie got knocked for, and the one thing I will knock it for, is the sound volume. Like, there were parts where you just could not understand anything Bane was saying. Now, again, I'm not saying it was a good or bad film. That's not the point of bringing it up. But that's what lettering can do. That's the major difference between good and bad lettering in comics. And the fact that I got this perfect, Joel here, because you are a perfect Joel. There is no Joel that's more perfect than you. Joel is the true Jack of Joels. We call him Joel of trades. He's a Joel of trades. I apologize, because you're getting the artist who's also going to be lettering this. So you're going to really see a very well balanced reading experience here. I think that when people read our comics, Joel, it's really just the 15 minutes that we spend together while they read the work, but they don't see all the hard work that goes into what we do and all of the drafts we have to go through. How many drafts of this Warline did we go through before we got it right? You seem to do a good job of keeping track of that.
Kind of 12, I think.
12
in total.
12 different.
Yes.
And the one thing I got to say that makes me so happy about working with you, and it's the reason why I'm so excited, is you and I both have this idea that it's about making the best project that we can together.
Yes.
And it's about the fans. It's about giving them something that they're going to love and cherish.
Yes, it's some kind of motto, because we want always to aim for the best we can give on our crafts.
I agree.
So if it takes 3 or 20 drafts, okay, it's how the things are,
Yeah, absolutely. And that's not an easy mindset to have, particularly like when we're tired and we're working on other projects. No one wants to do it. Everybody wants to be done with stuff and move on to the next thing. And it means so much to me to be able to work with you, and to see that your commitment has been like this since the beginning. Once we brought you on to Yi Sun Shin, you were ready to come on, you were ready to learn, and you grew, and you got to this point now where you're an artist, and you're drawing stuff that is just really phenomenal. Guys, if you haven't checked out Onrie, this is Joel's creator-owned book with artist Ryan Burke-Finch, who I have interviewed on Live with Onrie before. Make sure you guys go and pick up Onrie. It did very well on Kickstarter. You guys had a couple Kickstarters that were successful?
Yes, exactly. Yep. Yes, more than a few. But regarding what you said before, if you think about it, it relates to martial arts too. It's discipline, it's patience, it's never give up. That's what we learn from doing those books all those years. You know, it's always, as you say, always moving forward.
I agree with you, and that kind of attitude is truly unique for comics. I got to say, and
Yes.
you know, I think that's what I really love about the. Oh, we got Ryan. Ryan's watching.
Hey Ryan, how are you, man?
See you, my brother. Yeah, you know, I got to say a thing about Ryan Finchberg here, folks. War Lion, in a lot of ways, kind of like I found my creative spark when I was actually with Ryan Finchberg. We went and visited a comic shop that was like a middle ground for both of us. And as soon as we walked in there, I was brought back into this world that I hadn't ventured into for a long time. You see, being on the convention front lines and selling comics and you know, selling your own creative works, it doesn't leave you with a lot of time to actually read comics. And Ryan and I decided, hey, we're going to go and hang out at a comic shop. And we went into the store, and there was such a huge creator-owned section, and I just started eating stuff up. I was like, you know, I had to buy it first, and I wasn't actually physically eating it. I was mentally eating it. And there's just so much great content coming out right now. And, you know, I owe Ryan for that. I mean, the fact that he brought me to the shop and was like, hey, let's go check out our shop. We didn't come there to try and sell our stuff or do anything like that. We just came in there as fans, as readers and things like that. So wish you were there, Joel. We would have had a good time.
Next time, maybe.
Yeah, next time, man. We're going to have to bring to Chicago at some point. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, Joel, I'm going to switch over to Yisun Shin stuff. You're welcome to come hang out with me, but if you're busy, you know, it's totally cool. I'd love to, you know.
I will stay with you. I will stay with you.
Okay, awesome. All right, cool.
Let's see what we got.
I can show you what we got here in the collectibles section, and we got a hell of a rack for you guys today. So, as you folks know, we are now on the Comic Book Shopping Network, and we recently debuted on Wednesday night. A slot opened up, and they asked me to fill it for them. And I was like, all right, this is my chance to prove myself, to show that I can stand with the big dogs, because you know, these guys take what they do extremely seriously. They are very hardworking, and it's an honor to be among them as a dealer. And I just love this group, the Comic Book Shopping Network. They really vet the people that come on there, and you know, it's a great group of dealers and buyers. And we'll be coming back on there tomorrow at 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and I will have Kevin Hines with me, my partner in Hunter Killer Collectibles. Now, every single time I come here, I try and dress things up differently. But what I did when I came on the Comic Book Shopping Network was I decided to go independent, all creator-owned books. And it was in the middle of the night, and I sold a ton of stuff. And it's all going out right now, and I'm going to offer the same deal to you guys right now. If you buy anything from the collectibles today, and I got a lot of affordable stuff here, you get this bookmark right here. It is a Yisun Shin bookmark, and it comes for free. All right? So let's start at the top here, because I got some great stuff. I got Godzilla #4 going for just $5, plus shipping and handling. You want to claim it? This is some good 70s era. Is it 70s? Let's see. Let's see who worked on this. Doug Mensch on writing, Tom Sutton on art, and you can't go wrong with Godzilla, guys. I had Tom Hutchinson on my show earlier in the week, and you know, we had an interesting conversation about Godzilla, and all of a sudden everybody thought I was dissing Godzilla, but I wasn't. And you know, so now I'm showing you all I love Godzilla as much as the next guy, and that's why I got books up here today. And that's why I put it at the top. So Tom, if you're watching this, that's why it's at the top, because that's how I feel about Godzilla. $5 on this bad boy, and $5 on this cover too. Check it out, folks. This is another very beautiful comic right here, and it's just $5. It's in great shape. I mean, Guys, if you're gonna buy this book, don't buy it to grade it and to like, you know, hold it as a collectible. Buy this book and read it because, you know, it's just good stuff. It's fun comics. Again, we got Doug Mensch on writing and Herb Trimpe on art. Herb Trimpe is Dak's favorite Hulk artist, and they actually did a lot of work together on Hulk. And it is a beautiful looking book. Again, $5 on this, plus shipping, which is just a flat $3. And I will take care of you guys. You just claim it, and I will put it off to the side for you, just like I do on the Comic Book Shopping Network. Let's see if we got anybody here. Okay, I'm going to keep moving on. Ha! AJ Shim, Onrie shows his stuff. My wallet is telling me no, but my inner fanboy is telling me yes. Thank you, sir. And I totally understand. Look, guys, there's no obligation to buy right now. It's totally cool. I'm going to be here. I'm going to be shuffling through stuff. We got a big, big collection, and it's just going to grow. We're talking to independent publishers right now, creator-owned publishers, and we're trying to get their content so that I can sell it on the show because this is the stuff you should be reading. And today I'm just putting up some of my Marvel stuff, the stuff that I loved reading growing up, and I got a great one for you guys right here. This comic is one of my favorites. Joel, check out this cover right here. You remember this?
Oh, yes. It's beautiful.
It is a beautiful cover. John Byrne.
What's the artist?
John Byrne. This is all John Byrne. He did the story and the
right.
And just look at this spread here. And this
amazing.
This is totally Doctor Doom. This is all Doctor Doom. And you know, this is basically like his story of like he sees himself as the hero. And that's what's really cool about John Byrne's like take on him here. And this is just an iconic cover. And you know, I'm letting it go for real cheap, guys. I'll tell you right now, $15 on this book. And you're getting a really decent condition copy of this book, and it's just worth the read. Again, you know, nothing I put up on here today is like for me bankrupting you. There's no like, there's maybe one book that's worth $100 here, but everything else totally affordable. Just $15 on this bad boy, plus shipping, flat $3, $18 on it. Joel, I'm literally giving these books away to people.
For free, almost for free.
Oh,
come on, great deal.
$15 and it's yours for free. All right, and what else do I got here? I got the first appearance of the Gray Hulk. Still hasn't shown up in any movies yet. This is written by Peter David, Al Milgrom on the cover, maybe even on the interiors too. Legendary artist. I would say this is in pretty good shape, and it's also going for just $15 plus shipping and handling. And you get the first appearance of Gray Hulk, who still hasn't appeared in any of the MCU movies. That's all I'm saying. Mr. Fix-It. And now we're going to move down DC. So what I did here, Joel, is I went Marvel, DC, Marvel, DC. That's just something I decided to come up with last night. I was like, I'm just going to pull a bunch of random stuff. But I'll start
Pick
here.
one of the Batmans.
Oh, but no, you tell me what to pick up.
One of the Batmans on the middle.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. All right. I bought this when I was with Brian when we went to Comics. So
amazing. Look at that cover, man.
That is a tight cover. That's what sold me. That's what sold me on it.
It's beautiful.
It really is. And I'm selling it as a bundle. So this is the Batman Last Night on Earth, Black Label. I don't know what version covers these are, but I'm doing it for $30 for all three of these. And, they will come packaged. These are, these books are in really fine condition. I basically just read through them once and, didn't even crack it open, just kind of browsed through it real quick. And it is a phenomenal book. I was really kind of just studying Greg Capullo's artwork. He's amazing, Joel.
Yes. Yes, I agree. His pencils are insane.
Yes, and I wanted to show you. I'm going to bust out the first issue. Now, the story of Last Night on Earth is kind of interesting. It's basically like Batman is out on patrol one night and like he decides to like check out this like murder, and this murder scene is like of a little boy with like who then shoots him, and then he wakes up and he finds out that he's like in some delirious state, and that actually he spent his whole life in Arkham, and while he was in Arkham, like he found out that you know he made up everything, so like he was never really Batman, and Alfred like felt bad for him and everything, and there's like this like suit here that he created,
Nice.
a straight jacket, and then the story goes in this really weird direction. It goes into the future, and it turns out that this was all just a way of helping Bruce come to terms with reality. Because if you think that's messed up, the actual reality is like far more effed up than that. And it's Batman's. This is the last night on Earth, and what's cool is the world has been destroyed completely by this villain called like the Omega or something, some weird name. And what happens is Batman comes across the Joker's head, which is like inside this like tube thing, or it's like in a. I call it a tube because it looks like a tube. I want to see if I can find a picture of it. But like he basically goes on this adventure with the Joker, and you can kind of see the Joker on the last page here.
Oh, yes, yes.
It's not a good shot, but he's like in this tube thing, and his head is there, and it's like it's the Joker, and he's like Batman's ally now. It's totally messed up. It goes in all these like weird, crazy directions, and by the time you get to the third issue, it's somewhere else completely. It's just in this totally different world. And again, I don't know what printing these are. I'm selling these covers to you guys. I'm selling you guys the covers and the content, not the edition of this. So, and I'm doing it, for the price I picked them up for. So I'm not making any money off of these books. You're getting all three of them for just $30. And you get a free Yusun Shin bookmark. Let's see if anybody's in on this. All right, I'm going to just keep going. Let's see, what else do I got here? Pick something, Joel. Tell me what you want to see.
What's that yellow triangle?
This.
Below Batman, under Batman. Yes.
Yeah.
What's that?
This one, right? Okay.
Yes.
This is Spider-Woman #1. This is a relaunch. It is written by Carlos Pacheco and Pierre Perez and Frank Armada on colors.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a really nice book. It's launching a new Spider-Woman arc, and it's a nice looking book. Just gonna show that here for you guys. I just liked it. I picked it up because of this actually, so I know that's like probably gonna like throw some people out and maybe won't buy the book as a result of it. But to me, why did I buy it? Because like her just laying in a pool of her own venom, that kind of hooked me to want to read the second issue. And there's like a big battle that occurs here. And just a flat $5 on this book, and it's a double-sized book. It's got some extra scenes in the back. They show like how she got her new costume, and Harper writes like this little forward in the back here, kind of like introducing the new series. We tend to see with every Marvel relaunch of anything new, a writer or artist is making their imprint on that character, and they just have a few words to say in the first issue. And I believe this is just a standard edition of it, and it is going for just $5 plus shipping and handling. And AJ Shim here is saying, love villain to hero team ups. Yeah, I do too. I think that's what's really cool about Last Night on Earth. The bad guy and the good guy team up. Another book that I really personally love. This is one of my favorites here. Amazing Spider-Man 400. This book right here has a cover unlike most comics. This is back when comics were really kind of like edgy stuff. This is the 90s. You have a lot of Drex in that era, yeah, because a lot of comics were overproduced, particularly from Marvel and DC. And technically, this is also an overproduced comic too. It's not very hard to find, especially in good shape. But what I really think is cool about it is this cover, which is actually this is a gravestone because someone in Amazing Spider-Man 400 dies, and it is just a great standalone story. It's part of a bigger saga that unfolded in the series at the time. It is beautifully, beautifully illustrated by Mark Bagley, and the reason why I asked J.M. DeMatteis to edit Mark's for me, because when you find out who dies in this issue, it changes Spider-Man forever. And this had such an impact on the Spider-Man universe that aspects of its storyline seek their way into the PlayStation 4 game. Just saying, into that storyline. So that's how significant this issue is. And I'm doing it for just $15, folks. $15. You know why I'm wearing glasses? Because these deals are so awesome that if I took my glasses off right now, my eyes would pop open and would be set ablaze. So unless you want to see that happen, this is going for $15 plus $3 shipping and handling, and it comes right to your front door, packaged up very nicely. Hey, Joel, are you a fan of Punisher?
Absolutely, yes. Let me see what you have there.
Oh, you want to see what I got here? If you're a fan of Punisher, then you're going to hate this book. All of your heart. But me personally, I love it. This is one of my favorites. So,
why? What do you have there? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's Wolverine wearing a Punisher shirt, right?
Yes.
Marvel had this rivalry between the Wolverine and the Punisher back in like 2005, and it wasn't played up as much as it should have been. But basically, in the Punisher comics, Wolverine shows up, and the Punisher just completely owns him. Derek Robertson actually drew it. He actually got Wolverine. He ran over Wolverine with like a tractor or something, and like basically flattened Wolverine out. And a lot of fans were like, "That's BS." You know, Wolverine wouldn't get his ass handed to him by the Punisher that easily. So Frank Terry, who wrote this, said, "Okay, yeah, I'll show you how Wolverine would really react to the Punisher." And basically, this issue just shows Wolverine just beating the living crap out of the Punisher. It is fantastic. It is so much fun. He gets him so bad at the end, and he makes the Punisher like literally wet his pants. And it's bad. And here's what I'm doing for this, folks. I am doing $7 on this book. $7 plus shipping and handling. It's yours for $10. Oh, $10 flat. It's yours. We're going to check and see what if we got any comments here. AJ Shim says these deals are quite fire. Never stare at something hot without protection. That's right. That's why I never take these off in front of my wife either, if she's watching. All right. All right, let's see what else I got here. If you do like the Punisher and you want to see him like whoop some butt, I got these books right here. I got this bundle set of Punisher books. So this is part of the Marvel Knights relaunch in 2001, I want to say. So this is like right when Garth Ennis was like throwing fire with the Punisher and just like totally revamping the character, making him awesome again, doing real cool stuff with him. And speaking of team-ups, AJ, Spider-Man shows up in issue 2 and gets the crap kicked out of him, literally, by this big, assassin called the Russian, who comes back with a detached human head because the Punisher severed it before, and he now has the body of a very large-breasted woman, and I will show you, like right here. He's like Bob from Fight Club. You know, he's like got these big, huge bosoms, and he like still has all these muscles, and he like beats up Spider-Man really badly. And it is the best team-up comic you will ever read, I promise you. It is a fantastic issue. Let me just pick that up. And here's what I'm doing on this, folks. You're going to love this. I got the first full art. This is a bundle, okay? 1 through 6. I got a price tag of 3 on all of these books right here, but I will knock it down to 2. So you are looking at 6 issues for $12 plus shipping and handling, which is $3. $15. That's all it is. $15 for 6 comics. I think that's a deal. And let me bring it out here. I don't even think we sell Eastern Shin comics for those kinds of deals. We do them for better ones even. No. All right. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Joel, I think you'd like this cover. This one. This is the only expensive book I got on the rack today. Batman Who Laughs, #1. This is a really, really beautiful, kind of like foil-ish cover. It is signed by James Tynion IV, who wrote it. I met him at Denver Comic-Con in 2018. He signed this for me. I have photo proof of it. I don't really deal in graded comics yet because for me, comics are about the the reading experience and things like that. So over time, I might get into that more. But this is a great book for your collection. It's going for $100 plus shipping and handling. 103. That book is yours. And then, Joel, do you remember this cover of Amazing Spider-Man, or did you ever come across it? Were you ever a Spider-Man fan?
No, I never came across that cover. No.
Okay. Well, here's what was going on at the time in Marvel. So this came out in the 80s. And I remember when my dad stopped by at the comic shop when I was a kid, and he picked this issue up. Now, what was so significant about this was it was an actual photo test shoot for a Spider-Man movie back in the 80s.
Oh, I didn't knew that.
Yeah. So that's an actual photo of how they saw Peter Parker, and it was just it's probably one of the only times you'll see an actual real photo on a Spider-Man cover. What happens in this issue? This is number 262, by the way. It is written by Bob Layton and drawn by Bob Layton too. So he did everything. Tom DeFalco and Danny Fingeroth are editors on this one, and I honestly haven't read this book in a long time, so I couldn't even tell you what it's about. But it's Spider-Man and it's Bob Layton the Great. And I am doing this for just $10 with shipping and handling. This is a great book for your collection, folks. And speaking of contributors to Spider-Man, I got this bad boy right here. Hey, Joe, you know who this is on the cover here?
No, who is?
Why, that's Jim Salicrup, Spider-Man's revered editor of all time, and he is now the head of Paper Cuts. He is their editor-in-chief, and he puts out the best kids graphic novels and comics you can find on the market today. We'll be showcasing some of their work soon, I hope. So Jim Salicrup signed this. He's one of my very good friends. He has mentored me a lot as I've grown throughout the comics world. And this is a script by Peter David, Alex Sabiak on the artwork, and of course Jim Salicrup on the editorial. So this is a book signed by the editor. This is just a fun gag. I just saw this book and I'm like, I'm going to throw this out here. This book is not going to be, well, it might, once Jim Salicrup blows up and he becomes bigger than Stan Lee himself, this book could be worth thousands of dollars, but I'm not going to count on it to happen tomorrow. And I have a feeling Jim's got a whole stack of them put away for his good pal Onrie. And, if I can share this wonderful work with you, I think he'll totally hook me up with some more copies of it if he's even gotten them. If he doesn't, then I'll just have to hunt for them myself. But I am doing this for just $5. You get a book signed by an editor. It's a nice, quick, cheap gift. $5 for somebody, and you give them a signed comic. That's really cool. And it is a little beat up at the top, so this isn't like a perfectly it's not in perfect condition here, but it is going for $5 plus shipping and handling, and I will take care of you guys. I love Spider-Man. What's your favorite comic, Joel?
Well, that will be Batman. No question.
Batman all the way? Okay.
Yes, I love Batman. Yes.
I love Batman too.
Oh, nice.
I got 292 up here. Dude,
Real classic.
There's a lot of good Batman stuff out there that you need to check out. I'll pull it out real quick. You actually should read this at some point. It's one of my collected arcs that I have here. Where is it? I showcased it on the show a while back. Yes, this right here, man. I'll show you all, folks, Batman 292 in a second, but I just got to show this to Joel. Legends of the Dark Knight.
Oh, yes.
7. Yeah, and it's Doug mentioned Paul Galassi. There's some great martial arts action in these books, and the story's pretty good too. It's got like a little like a good crime, story. And well, if you folks are interested in buying this, I got it for $25, and it's the whole arc. But Joel, we charge him a little bit more of a premium. So you guys have to buy it and send it to him, so that you have to bear the brunt of Onrie's stiff prices on his collaborators. So that's all humor, good humor, right, Joel? I can hear that deep voice turning into a scowl, and
No way. No.
Well, scowl is a facial expression, but never mind that. Check out Batman, that 292, folks. What do you think of this cover, Joel?
Beautiful. Yes. I like him.
Did you see that Batman trailer? The Batman.
Yes, the new movie.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be tight, man. And Riddler is the main villain of this movie.
Yes. Very inspired on the Long Halloween, I think.
Yeah, but it feels like it's becoming its own thing too.
Yes.
Just the feeling from that trailer, really gives you a sense that they're doing something really dark and edgy with it that I don't think we've ever seen before in Batman or any superhero movie for that matter. So I am doing this for a flat $20. It is it's in pretty good shape, and it's a pretty iconic cover. I like it a lot. You got Riddler standing triumphant over his defeated foe, Batman. Joel, you want to know a cover I really like? Oh, you were going to say something.
Yes, there you have a comic which I grew up. The Spider-Man from Todd McFarlane.
Yes. Okay, cool. You want to know what's cool about this?
What?
Well, this was Jim Salicrup's when he launched Spider-Man. This series, he put Todd McFarlane. It was Todd McFarlane's book. And
the Visionary.
Yeah, they teamed up together on this because Jim and Todd they worked really well together on Spider-Man. They turned it into the best-selling comic of all time.
Yes.
This is the thing that starts the 90s, I would say, and it is.
I grew up with that book.
Oh yeah, same here, man.
Yes, I copied that Spider-Man a lot.
Oh, for sure, man.
Yes.
McFarlane's one of the best ever. Have you seen that show that he has on Sci-Fi?
No, I couldn't see him. No.
Oh, you didn't see it?
No.
It either, and I think I owe it to myself to watch it. I've heard nothing but great things about it.
And the comic next to that Spider-Man, the Daredevil, that one, yes.
So this
that
is
one.
Yeah, go ahead.
The cover is from Julián Totino Tedesco, an Argentinian artist.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes, and the artwork inside is very good. It's from an Italian artist, Marco Ceccato, creo que es.
Yeah. I actually, this guy, he did like a Punisher run that was really good. But I gotta say, like his artwork, like really, like
very interesting fight sequence there.
Oh man, dude! Like this is here. I'll find a good spread here for you folks. Just check this out. Here's a good fight scene.
Yes. And I love that effect of like a sonar or a radar. Check that panel on the bottom, where the figure looks like looked like a sonar.
Yeah.
That's a very interesting resource.
That is an interesting resource. And another
Yes.
thing too, I never stopped to do, and I tried to do it more, especially now that I'm reading books like Firepower, which are like, totally martial arts like based and everything, is to really stop and look at the artwork because there's still a script to this, and
Yeah.
it really, you just have to kind of slow yourself down. It becomes really easy as we see our comic book piles get higher and higher.
Yes.
Really stop and slow down and really pay attention to every little detail in the actual comic itself. And I'm doing cover price on this, folks. $5 on this bad boy, plus $3 for shipping, $8 total for this. I probably won't even redress this rack for tomorrow when we get on the Comic Book Shopping Network. I have a feeling these books are going to sell on there real fast. And let's see what else we got here. I have X-Men 1. Jim Lee, did you grow up with this too?
Absolutely, yes. I copied the Jim Lee figures a lot when I was a teenager.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I love him.
And guys, I'm not gonna lie, this is one of the most readily available books out there. It is complete and utter direct, but it is direct that is awesome. And I guess it's becoming less Trek-ish. I think with the MCU X-Men movies, these comics have potential to raise in value because of their design. This is what really inspired the look of the animated TV show that was so popular in the 90s. And it's just classic X-Men stuff. It's Jim Lee, doing what he does best. And you got this cover here. I'm just doing this for $5 right now. So $5 plus $3 for shipping. That is not a lot to ask for a book that I think belongs in the collection. Whether they're big on the artwork or not, this is iconic stuff right here. And speaking of X-Men, Joel, have you been reading X-Force at all?
No, I didn't.
So, what they're doing in the X-Men universe is kind of cool right now. They basically got them, they created their own country, and it's called Genosha, or Genosha. And basically, the X-Men are like the military force of this new country, and all the mutants have now teamed up. So Magneto, Apocalypse, they're all on the same team now. And so is Professor X. They all work together. And the X-Force, they're like the CIA or the FBI of the X-Men military of Genosha. And basically, the X-Force is led by Wolverine. And this is a variant cover that is done by the really, really excellent and outstanding master of art, Mark Bagley. And I am doing this for $8 plus shipping and handling. If you guys are interested, just message me. Even if you don't buy anything right now, it's totally cool. I will always be here. And you can message me, and these books aren't going anywhere until someone claims them. I also got this really awesome Spider-Man issue here. If I could just get the tape off of here, I could pull it out and show it to you. This is from Kevin's collection. I got Amazing Spider-Man 190 here. Check out this awesome Man Wolf on the cover. I really like this cover. What do you think of it, Joel?
Very dynamic. I love it.
Yeah, I love covers like this. Let's see who's in on that. We got Marv Wolfman. Well, there's no irony here, folks. You got
Exactly.
Wolfman writing the Man Wolf. You got John Byrne on layout. You got Jim Mooney on finishes. I think this is a grand slam of talent on this book here. And it really is. I'm not just saying that to sell it. These guys have done a lot of stuff that is very popular. They have built the Marvel Universe. And it's a Man Wolf story. Straight up, it's Man Wolf. And we are doing that for $15 plus shipping and handling. $18 on this bad boy. Amazing Spider-Man 190. And we were talking about Todd McFarlane before. I really loved his covers and how he incorporated the rogues into the design of his covers. You know that Scorpion issue? You know where?
Yes.
Yeah, I really love that one.
Yes.
More Todd McFarlane. This time he's fighting Mysterio, and Mysterio is so well done in the Far From Home movie. I think he was kind of like Heath Ledger's Joker in Dark Knight. What did you think of? Did you see the new Spider-Man movie, Joe?
Yes, yes, that's right. It has a similar vibe. Great actor too.
Yeah, dude, Nightcrawler. Have you seen that movie?
No, I couldn't see that yet. No, I read
Oh.
very nice reviews.
Oh man, it is so good. It is such a good movie. And highly recommended, folks. If you're just on Netflix, go check out Nightcrawler. Really good stuff. Let's see what else I got here. I got these Ghost Rider comics here. You a fan of Ghost Rider, Joel?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
It's rock. Ghost Rider is rock.
Yes, exactly. Which kind of helped inspire some of the feel we got in Warline too.
Yes.
Flash off of here. So this is another bundle I got here, folks. This is Clayton Crane on artwork, and this is a Marvel Night Special Edition relaunch. The first issue contains a director's cut, so it's got the script inside and some other goodies. It's got Clayton Crane on artwork and Garth Ennis on writing. And I am doing these 6 issues for the same bundle price that I'm doing these Punishers on. They all have a $3 cover price on them. I'm knocking them down to $12 total. And you get all these comics here, all these beautiful comics. Plus shipping and handling, $15. You get 6 comics total. And I have a feeling you guys you'll love them. And then I got this bad boy here. This is a special edition of The Flash that was put out by Wizard magazine. It comes with a certificate of authenticity, and it contains a story by Jeff Johns. The artist is just Tiana. No, I'm sorry. If I know this person or if this person is watching, I apologize for botching your name. But the artwork inside is really, really beautiful. This is a full-length comic. It adds to the Flash storyline, which we have a lot of that run, and we're doing all those issues for like $2 a pop. So if there's anything you're looking for, and if you're a fan of the Flash TV show, a lot of that stuff comes from this comic right here that Jeff Johns worked on. And I mean, Jeff Johns, he's a visionary. The stuff he's done for DC is just phenomenal. So what are we doing this for? We're doing it for a flat $10 plus shipping and handling. $10 on this bad boy right here. I haven't even checked how much it's worth. I also got this really nice variant of Action Comics 1004. Check out that cover, Joel. What do you think?
It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Look at the sky.
Yeah.
Looks like a photo. It's amazing.
Yeah. I really love it. Kevin's watching right now. Kevin, how you doing, my brother? Yo, Lartner. You mean partner, Dubby? Yes. I see an old issue of Godzilla from Marvel. Is there Mike Ben? Yes. Yes, there is. Folks, if you're interested in anything on this direct right now, all you got to do is message me and say, Onrie, put it aside for me. I will pull it aside for you. I will reach out to you. I will contact you. We will get squared up. It's a very easy checkout process. Joel here is actually working on our website, and he is working to make it even easier for you. So we're going to have a really nice checkout page on Shopify, and Joel is working on making sure that we can upload all of our content on there very quickly, very rapidly, and give you guys all the access to all these comics that you can buy at any point. We're still in this process here, but Joel, you said you like Batman, huh?
Yes.
Well, how do you feel?
What do you have there?
Man,
oh no!
And that right here. All right. So Mike, is that did you want Ghost Rider 1 through 6? If you want Ghost Rider 1 through 6, just say yes, and I will pull it aside for you, sir. All right. So this issue of Man-Bat, I actually got at HeroesCon last year. The dealer tricked me into buying this, and
No, why?
but he's just like, look at this cover. I like how there's reflections in the hand. I'm like,
I like it. I like the cover.
cool. It's, you know, it's,
Hey man, I bought books for the cover.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, I do that.
For sure. Let me see who's on this. Martin Pasco for art, writing, and Pablo Marcos for art. You know who Pablo Marcos is? Marcos?
No, I don't know him.
It's got that Bronze Age smell coming from it as I open it up. Garage for a long time, folks. So this is Man Bat number 2. Yes, Man Bat number 2. We are doing this for flat $10. I honestly haven't even cracked. This is the first time I'm cracking this book open. $10 on this bad boy. And just like the dealer who sold it to me said, this is really about the cover. And let's see here. Okay, Mike, we got a sale. Excellent. Thank you, sir. I'm pulling these aside for you. Perfect. Thank you, sir. We appreciate your business. Give me just 1 second here. I'm going to get this taken care of. This is how it's done, folks. This is comics at their best. So I got you in at $12 for this, sir. I am pulling it aside, plus $3 for shipping, and you get a free bookmark. How's that? Free bookmark on that from Mr. Michael. Let me just write your name down here. We appreciate your business, sir. It means so much to us. Thank you. Mike James. Sorry, guys. This is not the fun part of our show here. Okay. Mike, I will be in touch with you on Facebook very shortly. Please stick around. I got other stuff I want to tell you about, all right? All right, folks, let's keep moving down this thing here. So down this list here. I got Return of the New Gods. I have a feeling something really big is going to happen with this property right here. My man Tom King, he is writing the script to the New Gods movie right now, which is being directed by a really up-and-coming director. I don't know her name off the top of my head, but he also wrote a really fantastic Mr. Miracle book. So this is a new relaunch right here. This is going for a straight $5, folks. $5 plus $3 for shipping and handling, and I got you covered on it. And just let me know. And I think that's John Byrne on the cover. Let's see who worked on it.
Yes, it might be.
You think it's John Byrne? All right, let's check it out. Art by Mike Vosberg, actually. Vosberg, so Jerry Conway on the writing here, folks. The legendary Jerry Conway, creator of The Punisher, wrote this story. And Mike Vosberg worked with my writing cohort, David Anthony Kraft, on She-Hulk. They did issues 2 through 24 together, and they really knocked it out of the park. When you see a She-Hulk TV show, it's going to be heavily inspired by the stuff that they did, because they built the world for She-Hulk. They really helped establish the character. Next up, I got, Joel, you're going to love this. I can tell. RoboCop.
Yes. Two of the best characters.
Yes.
Yes, I love RoboCop.
He's the Bastich of law enforcement. Bastich of law enforcement.
Who's the artist?
Martin Emmon and Alan Grant on writing.
Right, Alan Grant, yes.
This is some good.
Great comics, yes.
RoboCop. But you see those dress, that's like whirlwind right here.
Yes, I love it. It's huge.
Yes. Kind of like Sector and Cyrex. Actually, that was something I wanted to tell you about when we do the design for the character in the future. Like that's really how I see the dreadlocks kind of coming, like the
Yes, me too. Yes.
like making it a part of the mane itself, you know. And yeah, this really looks cool. Lobo is a character that I think is just so awesome. I think if he was given an HBO series, it would be the coolest thing ever. If he was just given his own movie, why not? Another good book I got up here that you guys are really gonna like. I'm all about the villains. You know, if the heroes are like somewhat interesting, but the villains, that's really where things shine. By the way, the price on Lobocop, guys, is $5 on that one plus shipping and handling. If you want it, you know, I'll pull it aside. Kevin says to Mike, thank you for your purchase. We appreciate it. Kevin is my partner in Hunter Killer Collectibles, and he is watching right now. He cannot be here because he is working his other job right now. But we should do Hobocop. Yes, we should do Hobocop and make it an age-appropriate book here so that we can get the whole idea of being a hobo out there to kids. What I think is an even better idea is what Jeff Johns did with this Flash one-shot Iron Heights, where he introduces this awesome villain called Murmur. And Murmur is just seriously one of the messed up villains. He doesn't belong in the Flash universe, which is what makes him so fascinating. He's one of those rogues that it really should be a Batman villain, and he instead is thrown into the DC world, and he basically creates this virus that kills people by silencing them because he hates the fact that people talk. And he was a serial killer, and he got arrested by Barry Allen, and what happened was he sewed his mouth shut because he didn't want to like talk or do anything. And he's just very thin and lengthy, creepy guy, and he's a virologist or something, and he spreads this virus that he created that can, you know, basically kill a bunch of people and do stuff. And the Flash has to come up with a vaccine for it. And it is written by Jeff Johns, illustrated by Ethan Van Schreiber, whose artwork in this is just truly phenomenal, spectacular stuff. Same with Jeff Johns' writing, too. This is quality stuff, guys. This is stuff you're probably not going to see in the Flash TV show, because I do think the character is too dark, but he's a phenomenal villain. This is a really good story. I'm doing this for just $10 plus shipping and handling. We're looking at $13. You get this bad boy sent to your front door with the Yushin Shin bookmark. Now, this book is the stiffest book of all time. It's stiff because it's pressed, which is a service that Killer Collectibles now offers. We have a press, and if you want us to press anything you buy from us, it's just an extra $15. Kevin will handle it for you and make sure it gets taken care of. Just make sure your books are ready to be graded. When we first bought our press, we needed to test out some stuff. So we took this copy of Action Comics number 1000 and we did it. We're selling it for the cover price that it's worth, plus the cost of the pressing. So this is going for $25. It is pressed, ready to go. If you bring a CGC witness, have them look at anybody who is signing this. You can get this book graded and flip it for a nice penny, or just store it in your collection. So $25 on this copy of Action Comics 1000. And we're coming close to wrapping it up, and then we're going to move over to Yushin Shin here because I got some great stuff to tell you about, and I know Joel wants to hang out with me for that. I also got these 2 issues of Judge Dredd here. And Judge Dredd's awesome. We all know that. Carl Urban playing Judge Dredd in the movie that came out, and then I think there's a TV show in the works too, which is going to be really awesome. So this Judge Dredd issue, it's not in the best condition, but it's great for reading. It looks like it has some water damage, which pressing can actually fix. So, you just let us know. The artist on this is Carlos Esquera, and the writers are John Wagner and Ellen Grant. And it is just some great Judge Dredd action here. And I can put this aside for you. I'm doing both of these books for $3 a pop. That means $6, and they are both yours. Both of these issues of Judge Dredd. It's issues 20 and 23. I just pulled these out, put them up here because they look cool, and I thought you guys would like them. I got this really nice iconic cover of Iron Man. Now, Joel, listen to this theory I have. So
Yes, tell me.
okay, so I have a feeling Iron Man's coming back in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but it's not going to be Robert Downey Jr. anymore. It's going to be Tom Cruise playing.
That will be awesome.
Yes, or Tom Cruise or somebody that we would picture playing Iron Man, because with the next Doctor Strange movie, they're opening up multiverse, like it's already out there, and that way you can bring back all these characters. And how cool would it be if they just took a Tony Stark from the 70s and a 70s Tony Stark and just threw him into the Marvel Cinematic Universe and brought him into the future and stuff, because that's what these characters were doing back in the day too. They were going into the future from the past. And who worked on this, Joel?
Who worked there?
Is illustrated by Barry Windsor Smith.
Oh, he's one of my favorites. Yes.
And let's see, David Michelinie on writing. So David Michelinie did like so many comics. Worked on Spider-Man, brought in Venom, one of the co-creators of Venom. Had phenomenal runs on Avengers and pretty much every comic you can imagine. Iron Man, he did some great Iron Man stuff. So, this book right here, I'm not even letting it go for very much, folks. $7 on this bad boy, plus $3 in shipping and handling, and you got this book for a flat $10. Great artwork inside. Honestly, I haven't read this, but this is an iconic cover. There's Iron Man in his red and silver suit armor, which is actually one of my favorite armors, by the way. I thought it was pretty cool. And, some good late 80s, early 90s Iron Man action here. So Kevin's laughing here. This isn't funny, Kevin. Okay, just serious. Serious. All right, and he's saying Tom Cruise has too much work witchcraft. It's not called witchcraft. It's called
the difference is the amount of money.
Yes, exactly. All right, and then I got Atlas here, #1. I have no idea about this book. I just saw it, picked it up, and actually, I don't even know if I picked this up personally or just ended up in a long box somewhere. But it's the first issue. Let's check this out real quick. So #1, Jack Kirby worked on this book.
Oh my God!
This is some late Jack Kirby stuff right here, folks. No,
that's a very good comic. Yes.
You know what I'm probably going to have to do this for? Like $5. That's it.
Oh, the art worth it.
$5. Plus shipping and handling brings us to let's work on our math. $5 plus $3 is $8 for this bad boy. Check it out if you guys are interested. Just hit me up in the message section and I can take it for you. If you want to pick it up later, again, it's no problem at all. Once we get our website up and running, this is going to be much simpler and much easier to do. These books will be available right away. You just throw them in your shopping cart and you check out with them and we get it for you guys. So we'll see what happens here. Last comic I got on the rack here, and then we're going to move on to Eastern Shin, is this bad boy right here, Starman, which I also have not read. It is a first issue. Let's see who worked on this. Jerry Conway and Mike Vosberg again, teaming up to do what they do best. Tell great stories, make great comics. It's a beautiful thing. And I'm going to do this for the same price I'm doing Atlas for. $5 on this, plus shipping and handling. And there you have it. That's our collectibles for today. And again, if you guys are interested in anything that you see here, by all means, just message us and we'll take care of you. We're going to shuffle everything around. Kevin and I have some ideas for tomorrow's show. We're going to get on a call tonight, figure out how we're going to dress this up. It's going to be brand new stuff tomorrow. It's going to be awesome. We have so many ideas, so many things in store for you guys, so many fun collectibles. And tomorrow, Kevin's going to be kicking it off with me on the CBSN. We're going to be whooping some serious tuchus on the largest comic shopping network on Facebook out there. So without further ado, let's move this over to our good man Yisun Shin right here. And check out these banners, wonderfully designed and put together by Joel himself. For those of you who are watching this show for the first time ever, Yisun Shin is the story of a Korean admiral that battled the Japanese in the 1500s. He was outnumbered 10-1, and he beat them 23 times in a row without ever losing a single battle. It's all based on a true story, and I got a deal for you guys. You buy issues 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'll sell you all 4 of these comics for just $10, and I sign every single copy for you. Plus, if you buy it, you get the Sketch of War line for free. And again, these are limited to only 40 people. We are not reprinting these. Okay, you get this sketch for free. This is the first rendering. This is a collector's item because there's only 40 of these. Very limited run of this. Very, very scarce. Okay, so $10 plus shipping and handling, and then $15 total, and everything comes signed. I think that's a deal. What do you think, Joe? Is that a deal or what?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, because I'm all about those deals. All right, now
You save the best for the end.
I saved the best for the end. I love it, Joe. I love
Yes.
create our own stuff for long as we can. I agree with you. Now, if you guys are interested in buying Yisun Shin, all you got to do is go to the website. You don't need to claim it right now. We have unlimited stock on Yisun Shin. Limited in the sense that once we sell out of these books and we reprint them again, they're going to be reprinted under the OK Comics logo. That's why you want Yisun Shin right now. That's why you need Yisun Shin right now, because this is the collector stuff right here. This is the stuff that's going to go up in value once I take this brand to a whole new level. And this is the original stuff right here. After this, we're going to be reprinting. We're going to have variant covers. We're going to be doing completely different stuff. So this is Yisun Shin in its most primal form. This is the ground level. This is the time to jump on. And we got the next arc of Yisun Shin as well. Because why stop with 4 when you can have all 9 issues for an extra $13? So for $23 total, you get 9 issues of Yisun Shin. You get the whole thing that we have out so far. We are working on issue 10 right now. Joel is going to see some of the artwork very soon for that. And he's going to be drafting up multiple versions of all these pages.
Very looking forward to it.
Then we're going to bear it down to like one word balloon after having an entire page filled of everything just to drive him crazy. And Joel is dealing with it because he's the man. And is there a particular page that you remember spending a ridiculous amount of time on in this book, Joel?
Well, I remember a page on issue number 4 of Fallen Avenger. I think we went over 30 drafts or so. That's insane.
This page right here on
Yes.
on right here. Yeah, Joel did
Yes.
3 drafts of this page. We shot this over to press. Zach said, "No, wait, there's something in there that we missed. We need to go back and fix it," and we did. Joel is so committed, guys, that even after pulling an entire week of all-nighters working on this book, he still stayed up, got it done. Joel has never missed any deadlines. He is always on top of it. When we hit deadline time, it's me, Joel, and Dak. Prime time.
Yes.
We're focused on getting this book done and making it perfect.
Coffee and long nights.
Oh yeah, man. Coffee.
Yes.
But nobody else I'd rather be doing that with, Joel. Honestly, I love working with you, man.
Yes. It's very fun too.
Yeah, and you got such commitment to coming on the show and sticking with me as I went through the collectibles. I really appreciate that. That's commitment, folks. That is commitment.
Oh, and I love to see comics. Yes.
Yeah,
I would love to be there.
Yes. Oh, and speaking of you liking comics, Joel, because we're in the self-creative world. Last week, I offered the person who bought Yisun Shin, the next person who buys Yisun Shin, a free comic, and I gave them your work. Sissel Disharoon will be getting his packages. Everything that was ordered last week, guys, is being shipped out right now, just as soon as we close off the show. The reason why I had to wait is because I wanted to get those Warline sketches to you. So you guys all earned it last week, so we just needed a little extra time. Everything's going out today. If you have any questions or concerns, just hit me up. I will take care of it. But I'm just going to let you all know now. The next person I see purchase anything from yisunshin.com gets this book right here. This is Kinetic #1. It is done by my boy, Bill Cullum. It is an independent superhero book. Bill's got a real heart of gold. And because he's got such a heart of gold, he put out a book that is about a genuine superhero. And in today's world, we need that, because we have started seeing a lot of skepticism in our heroes. And Bill just brings it back to the basics. And I'll tell you guys right now, you get this book for free. You just buy anything on Yi Sun-shin's website. Even if you have all the comics, I have other stuff for you. Plus, you get the Warline sketch. What a deal. Oh, my God. I'm literally just giving you guys stuff for the heck of it. Now, you guys have seen some of the artwork in Yi Sun-shin Fallen Avenger. As you guys can see, we stay consistent from cover to cover, issue to issue on Yi Sun-shin. There is no messing around with this series. It can take the entire team months and months and months to get this done. Fallen Avenger 4 actually took a year. We were in production for a full year on that book. We had a lot writing on it, and we made it just in time to take on the greatest challenge in comic book history, the 1500 comic book battle, which we have completed 6 times now at conventions, where I have single-handedly, along with my friends who helped me out, Kevin Hines and my other buddies, have sold 1,500 comics at a single convention. Last year, I managed to do the same thing by myself 3 times at Emerald City Comic-Con, at Dragon Con, and at New York Comic-Con, where my writing cohort on Yi Sun-shin, my co-creator, David Anthony Kraft, showed up on the last day, and him and his wife charged into battle with me, and we sold everything. And it was just in the nick of time, because I was losing my voice at that point. I was on my knees. I was ready to cave in, but Dak and his wife, they lifted me back up, and we charged into battle, and we won the day. It was great. Best experience I had from Comic-Con ever, bar none.
Onrie,
Yep.
Onrie, do you have any exclusive art there?
We're working on that, but yes, I do. So I do have exclusive art. What am I talking about? Exclusive art? Yes. So like I said,
Yes.
if you already own Yi Sun-shin, I highly recommend picking up these limited edition prints that we have. This is commemorating Yi Sun-shin's victory at the Battle of Yongyang, where he had only 12 ships. He was up against the entire Japanese Navy. And this picture, really, this image, this portrait here, really, it solidifies what Yi Sun-shin stood for in my mind. Sometimes I can't find the right word, folks, but basically, outnumbered completely and ready to get just completely owned by the Japanese Navy, Yi Sun-shin took up command of his broken navy after his rival foolishly got everybody killed. And there were only 12 ships left, and now they were fighting the entire Japanese Navy. Yi Sun-shin was so severely outnumbered, and when he went into battle, he killed over 18,000 Japanese soldiers, cut off the enemy commander's head, and hung it on the mast of his ship with his incredible strategy and his bravery of just, after having been tortured by his own king and fighting his way to cut down the head of the enemy, is really just something that this is a masterpiece right here. I spent a year working on this. It was in my head, and it just took me a long time to come up with it. I only got 10 of these, and I'm only doing them for $15, folks. You just go to yisunshin.com, and we got it covered for you. I also got these really beautiful prints here. This is done by Giovanni Timpano, who is the original Yi Sun-shin artist. We made these prints for Kickstarter, and the larger one is, I believe, 11 by 17, and then the smaller one is about the size of a golden age comic book here. So you can frame these, guys. In fact, I have a blown up version of this that's framed in my house. And they come signed and numbered by me as well. And we're going to have a lot more exclusives like that. I'm just trying to work through what I got in the war chest here so that we can start putting out some really nice exclusives. We're looking into doing metal prints. We're doing original black and white artwork that you can hang up. And why wouldn't you want to do that with a book like Yusung Shin? Now check out this poster right here. This is a promo for Hunter and Destroyer. This is going to be the end paper of our graphic novel in Hunter and Destroyer here. And these are going, this is also going for $15. It all comes signed and numbered, folks. I also got the Yusung Shin trade here. So if you like the single issues, you know, you can get 4 for $10 or all 9 at 23, or you can do the trade too. So the trade collects the first full arc. It features a forward by Stan Lee himself. So Stan Lee actually gave me one of the greatest endorsements I could ever hope for as a comics creator. And it meant so much to me. I got to meet him a number of times. He was very kind to me. He guided me along my path. He really encouraged me to bring out the inner showman in myself. You know, if I'm wearing sunglasses right now, maybe it's a way of me paying tribute to Stan, or maybe trying to take a cue from the guy, you know. He was just, there's nobody like him in comics. Just a really phenomenal guy. And the thing about Stan that was so great was he never tripped on his words as much as I do. He's just so good at, you know, staying sharp and staying focused. And if you guys ever saw him at a panel, he was just really, you know, he lived up to everything you could imagine. And that's how he was behind closed doors too. Stan was a very kind man. So the graphic novel also features like these beautiful character spreads. It has interviews with our creative team, even an interview with our good man Joel here, who created this really cool lettering illustration. This is some stuff he was doing back in the day, and you know, sometimes we're just messing around with fonts and stuff. And Joel, we should have a talk about that at some point. Maybe next time you're on.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And so this is normally going for 25, folks. We're doing it at $20 right now. Just visit our website, yusungshin.com. You get the graphic novel and you get the War Alliance sketch for free. We also got Fallen Avenger. This is the sequel to Warrior Defender. You can get 2 hardcovers now for normally $25 a pop. You'd be looking at $50 for both of those graphic novels. I'm knocking it down to $20 for both graphic novels. So that would be $40 total for both books. And everything comes signed by me, and you get a personalized letter as well. The next person who buys gets Kinetic #1. And we also got Tales from the Crypt here. We got a single issue here. This is a story I worked on with David Anthony Kraft. It was published by Paper Cuts, super genius. And we got the single issue going for $10. We got the soft cover at $15, and we got the hardcover featuring a beautiful cover by the late Bernie Wrightson, going for $25 total. It comes signed by me, and it will fit perfectly in your collection. I also got t-shirts as well, and we're running low on these. Kevin's sending me some more, and then after that, we're out of t-shirts. We're going to have to do something different. Now, what's great about this t-shirt is you can walk around and say you're Onrie now if you wear it, or you could say you're anybody on the Yusung Shin team, because we wear our
Hey, Onrie, I think you're mute.
Joel, you with me?
Yes, yes, you were muted.
Yes, I was muted. My computer, my laptop died. And
Oh.
I apologize, folks. I am doing everything off my phone here. So we're in the end game now anyway. So hang on just a second here. I'm so sorry. Give me one moment, everyone. Stay with me. Okay, there we go. Okay. And we're back. we go. Oh. Solo. Okay. Folks, I'm so sorry about that. I apologize. We're going to wrap this up right now because we've been going up for a long time. And there's a... Again, I apologize so much for that mistake here. It's kind of tough being a one-man camera act, but hey, we're doing a great job of it. The last thing I want to tell you guys about, then we're going to end the show here, is Mark's. Mark's A Tale of Neglect is the story of my grandfather's life. And during World War II, my grandfather was a brave Russian Jewish soldier who battled the Nazis and lived to tell about it. And he shared his story with me on his deathbed. And it's a very touching story. It features 3 distinct and different art styles to tell the story. Everything is done very deliberately, very carefully. And it features artwork by artists Nick Bell, Vasilis Koksilis, and the wonderful and great local talent, Dan Doherty. So this is going for $15. It comes signed by me, and I will take care of you guys. And I just want to thank you all for checking out everything today. Hang on just a second. I'm going to get the phone off of here and move everything back. So we are at the end of our show, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. We went a whole hour and a half today. Can I repeat about the T-shirts, JP Paulus? I apologize. That was totally caught off. I didn't see it. Okay, no problem. Sorry about that. I will do that right now. Great show. Thank you. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. JP, real quick, I'll do this for you. So Easton Chin T-shirts are right here. We got them in all sizes, going from small to 5XL in adults. And it's going for $15. I'm running low on them. And after I sell out of them, I'm not reprinting them. So I'm going to be doing a different design altogether. We might be looking at a different manufacturer, whatever. So this is kind of like a collector's thing. Plus I got a ton of these shirts. This is pretty much all I wear everywhere I go. I love these shirts. They fit great. And because everybody thinks I wear the same shirt every day, no one walks up to me. So if you're trying to keep social distance, this is the shirt that'll help you do it. Hey, $15. And I got you covered. It's going to be a little bit pricier on the shipping because when I'm shipping out comics, I can do a flat media rate. When I'm shipping out T-shirts, it's got to go out first class. That's like the cheapest way, and it's like $8. So I just do an $8 flat fee for you guys. And once we have our Shopify store set up, we will take care of that. And with that, folks, we're going to have to end it here because Joel and I have a lot of talking to do. We have to catch up on what we're going to do with our website and get everything moving. And thank you so much for spending time with me today. Mr. Mike James, I will be in touch with you, sir. Give me a couple hours on that. Infinity Comics says we're in the in game now. Yes, we are. Thank you so much for tuning in. You're telling us good luck. We appreciate that. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. I will see you tomorrow on CBSN. And I'll be back at night because I like spending time with you guys. And I'm going to be here and I'm going to be selling comics. And until that time comes, onward to victory.